Old is not always gold. Especially in the exams that are technically based like the PT exam, you have to always transition to the new methods according to the changes in the exam. For summarize spoken text, all the old methods have stopped working. And if you are still using the old methods or even slightly old method, then your PT exam scores are in real danger. Still time to improve, and we will teach you in the very simplest manner. All the questions will be answered related to shall I use the keyword based templates or the ratta based templates or which kind of templates. Watch it till the end and find it out yourself. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. Hope you all are doing excellent. In order to draw a line between the old and the new methods, what is working and what is not working, so we are going to mainly focus on the four areas. They are keyword-based templates, structure-based templates or pre-memorized templates, or even the templates, they work or not in the exam anymore, or shall we write our own responses. And once I show you all these things, then I will move on to a full demo right in front of the camera, how to get 10 out of 10 in the summarized spoken text. No editings. Okay, so we'll begin shortly. In the meantime, like and subscribe. And if you are interested to join our paid assistance, please do WhatsApp us. You get a lot of benefits when you join us as a student. You don't have to go anywhere. Everything is provided to you. So let's begin the topic of today, which is summarize spoken text. And then first things first, we need to identify what are the old methods. So this old method that you see on the screen is something called as keyword-based templates. Now, I'm not saying this template was not working. Once upon a time, it was working. It was a very effective template people used to use and they used to get full scores. But as the exam is evolving, they are trying to fix the AI to evaluate in a more proper manner. So basically, earlier, you were not actually writing it. So basically, the evaluations that were given to the previous students, the lucky students, were not actually evaluations of the writing abilities. So they were just using the keywords over here and then you used to get the full marks. So structure is perfect, everything was perfect, but not anymore. If you're still using one of the templates, this is where you have to move on. Okay. Now someone contacted me on YouTube and said, I just learned all the templates before the exam changes happened and now I have to do it again. I'm very depressed. What shall I do? Unfortunately, we also can't do anything because it's all depends on the Pearson exam, how they want to improve the AI. We are here to help you, guide you in the best way possible, and that's what we are doing. So if you are using one of these old methods, these don't work anymore. Another type of old technique, which is pre-memorized template, also was very effective before. Okay, people used to pre-memorize most of the sentences of the keywords and they used to put it in some places that you see on the screen, or even maybe more. Or you just get a phrase and then you used to copy paste the same phrase in every line. Okay, just like the essays video that I showed you. Be careful. This is where you need to draw the line. Okay, anything that seems very easy and promising you a full score in the exam, that is not going to work. Okay, it's time that you learn the actual techniques, and I'm going to show you in a simple way possible, right? Simplest way possible. Just hold on a little bit more. When we do a full demo, you will get the idea how to do that yourself. Okay, these old templates used to work once upon a time, and then this happened. The change, the PT software changes happened, done by the Pearson in November 2024. This was done basically to do certain things. Basically, the templates that were used before, Pearson considered them to be fooling us. Okay, I'm talking on behalf of them. So they considered that if you use such templates, you are trying to cheat with us, and we want to stop the cheating. So basically, it's just they are trying to cover up their own tracks. Their AI was not smart enough. Okay, before the cat engine, which they call it, the Pearson AI, was not smart enough to detect these kind of things. Now they are. Now that software is smart enough to detect these sort of changes and then these sort of templates, and that's why it has become more smarter, and that's why you have to improvise. So when we try to improvise, okay, in a manner, definitely it provides more accurate evaluation for the responses that you are providing. Okay, you are covering more track, you are covering more keywords in form of phrases, and then that's what is getting evaluated. So this is definitely helping the genuine students, the students who are lacking in the English grammar vocabulary. They are finding it hard or difficult, having a hard time to get this correct. But end of the day, this is an English language test, and all of you who are trying to get into Australia, Canada or universities, you do require proper knowledge of English. Otherwise, you're going to struggle a lot, believe me. And to stop fraud institutes as well, okay, who are just providing these kind of templates on their YouTube channels and saying that this will work, just go and use it in the exam. You are wasting a lot of money there. Okay. To stop those kind of websites from promoting those kind of templates and stop the people from cheating, these steps were taken. So that's where the line was drawn. And now we are going to talk about the other half, which is the new changes. So what is the new success formula? What exactly we need to do? Can we still use templates? Very important question. Or can I write my own? So both the answers for both the questions are yes. Yes, you can write your own if you are capable of writing. Yes, you can write on your own. And yes, you can also use the templates. Now, the template has to be cut down, not like the previous one. That's where we drew the line, right? This is the boundary. I should not use these kind of templates. But yes, if you use skeleton-based templates or structure, if you want to call it structures, yes, you can use it to start the sentences so that you still get the proper structure, which is very, very important for your evaluation, because that is specified in the PT scoring guideline. Every response should have some kind of introduction. Every response should have some kind of introduction, a body, and then a conclusion. So that's what the template gives you. And even if you're writing on your own, you should follow this structure. Go and read the PT scoring guidelines. This will tell you exactly the same thing. Okay, now what we need to do in this new formula is, instead of just the keywords, you are writing your own phrase. And there is an easy way to do that. I'll show you shortly. When I say write phrases, don't just write 1 or 2 words or collocating words or 3 words. That is not a phrase. A phrase has to be minimum 5 to 6 words long if you really want to get the full score in SST, which is not a difficult task, by the way. And not repeating the same phrase again. Now, sometimes what happens, people are short of keywords and they want to repeat the same phrase again and again, or multiple times, or in every sentence. Not to do that. Try to paraphrase the same keywords if you don't have enough keywords. Normally, this requires good listening abilities so that you scribble down more keywords. I'll show you how to note down keywords, because note taking is also a very important step. And better content quality. And then when you do that, then it automatically becomes a better content in terms of what you are trying to say. Just think about the task, summarize spoken text. You have listened to a lecture and then you are explaining it to someone. If you just say, I can hear keyword, the other person will say, what the hell is this guy speaking? I can't even understand. I can hear this. What was the lecture about? No idea. Okay, that's why the task is basically as if you are explaining it to someone. And what helps you in doing that is these kind of structures that you see on the screen now. This is a structure-based template. And as you see in every sentence, we have put the main idea where you have to put a main idea, again in the form of phrase, second phrase, third phrase, fourth phrase, fifth phrase. Only in one line we are giving you to write one keyword, but again at the end, this is going to be a longer sentence where you put another phrase. So in total, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 1 over here, 6 phrases you have to write. Okay, and try to keep it a balance. See, the first sentence is a little longer, but the remaining sentence, firstly, he talked about only 4 words. So make sure you write 5 or 6 words from your side, because there's a word limit as well. Don't exceed 70 words in this task for PT academic students. For PT core students, you have lesser words to write. So just follow the same formula. What you need to do, cut down the template in half. The speaker explained, and then just put the main phrase. Then he talked about phrase. Later, he explained this. He also examined this. So keep your content very, very short, because you have lesser word count for PT core students. For academic students, you can use this one. All right. So once you put all the information, now I also need to tell you a few more things before we do a full demo. And we'll pick the question right in front of you, make the audio right in front of you, note down everything in front of you, and then show you how to make phrases without any grammar mistakes. That's the main thing you have to learn. So it contributes 10 points to your listening and to your writing modules. And then, as I said before, how much template works if you use the phrases and put a balance of what you are writing versus what the template says. The word count of what you are writing should absolutely be more than that. Okay. That is the success formula. That is the new way of doing things. Let's talk about the steps that are required for a 79 plus score in all the modules, especially on SST. So try to note down. Noting down the keywords is also important. Once you have the keywords with you, lot of keywords, you can play around with that. Ignore the grammar words all the time. No need to write is, on, to, whatever grammar words, a and the, don't write them down. Don't even write phrases, okay? Because in the phrase, there will be grammatical words. In the end, it is not checking your accuracy, 100% accuracy. Just make phrases out of the relevant keywords that were discussed. Even close enough is fine. Okay, Pearson exam says you have to provide an accurate summary, but they don't have any means to check whether it's 100% accurate or 50% accurate. Even if it is 50% accurate, no grammar mistakes, word count, everything satisfied, you can still get the full points. So that's where we are still able to beat the AI. And that is a very genuine approach. Okay. So use the template to give you a boost, how to use it, and then we use the subject verb object patterns to make the phrases without any grammar mistakes. So that is the success formula. Now it's time for demonstration. If you have any questions related to this, please do type on the comments box and then we'll be happy to help you. But if you are struggling in every area, do WhatsApp first for a full course so that we can work together with you to help you pass the PT exam. Whatever exam changes, whatever happens, we still have a way. Okay, so I'm going to open the prediction file for this particular month, and then we are going to pick up one question from Summarize Spoken Text. What I'm going to do is just copy this text and paste it on a free website that lets to convert text to speech. Okay, I'll show you that now on the screen. Now, this is a website called as naturalreaders.com. You can Google it, free text to speech, and it will give you some of the options. Ready to take down notes, because this is where note taking becomes important. I'll play the audio and you have to take down notes.
Today, I would like to focus on some of the important features of academic writing. The quality is the first most aspect of any writing. When you write about history, you need half the same quality as journal writing. They are both similar. When you are writing academic and journal papers, you might consider some of these factors. Both require resources and evidence, as well as writing style. Furthermore, the attention of logic in writing is also important. One thing that puzzles me is that there is no clear connection between history and journal writing, but somehow they are so much alike. Aristotle's ethical theory focuses on understanding true happiness and its significance in human life. He distinguishes between extrinsic value, where things are valued for their outcomes, and intrinsic value, where they are valued for their own sake. For example, some may value exercise intrinsically, while others, like the speaker, appreciate it extrinsically for the health benefits it provides.
Okay, the audio is over, and don't try to note down the names, the difficult names like this one over here. You see Aristotle. Okay, because this is a writing task, this requires correct spelling as well. So don't worry about the names. Only focus on the content, and that too the words that you are familiar with. That's why I ask you to increase your vocabulary so that you are familiar with more words and then you can note it down. Okay, because spelling is also important. So if I were you and if I don't know the exact spelling of this particular word, Aristotle, who was a person in the ancient history, I am not going to use it. Absolutely not. Okay, now when we show you what the notes were, it was related to academic writing, important quality of writing, history, journal, similar. These are the words I just scribbled. And see how I'm noting it down in abbreviated forms. REQ, what does that mean? I just heard the audio. I know the context. Requirements. ATT means attention over here. So health. So what I did was compressed some of the words, and then in some of the words I just removed the vowels completely and I can still read those words. That's also an important trick for note taking. So now I'm going to make phrases out of it using the subject verb object. So subject verb object requires a subject who is doing something. What is the verb? The action, and then finally the object. So that's what we are going to use. So what I can do is in the first sentence, there are a couple of sentences. Main idea we can get from the beginning. Academic writing important. So we can say the phrase how academic writing, or maybe we can also combine this particular thing, how academic writing and quality of writing. So I'm using a grammar word here. Quality of writing are important because now we have two words, two nouns that we are talking about. Academic writing and quality of writing. Two types of writing. So we are using plural over here. Are important. That becomes my introduction. Very perfect introduction. Okay, just combining these things are important because it said it in the audio. Now, what can we do for the second sentence? Okay, what can I do for the second sentence? History, journal, similar. Now, I don't need to use exactly the same word. If I have to modify it with a synonym that is more appropriate for me, I can do that. So I can use in the next sentence, history and journal are related. Okay, so that becomes my second phrase. And then REQ, requirement, resources, evidence, and logic. So what we are going to use in the template, there was one placeholder for keyword. So I can put requirements or resources, anything you can put. And then what do we need here? Evidence, logic are related, right? How can I connect it? So just make your own sentence. In this case, what I'm saying, I need a subject. We require or we need evidence for logic. Or you can make it, we require evidence, we need evidence to create logic, to make logic. Okay, whatever is the best collocating word, you use that. Attention, puzzle, connection. So in this case, puzzle itself is a noun, so that we can use it as our subject. Puzzle requires attention to make a connection. Or I can say puzzle requires attention and connection. Just a conjunction, and then I can put two things there, attention and connection, both nouns there in the object place. Subject, verb, object. And require, need, I can just put the verbs. That's what I'm making. And then you have this theory, happiness, human life. So I have to pick the subject first. I can pick human life. And as I said, don't worry too much about the accuracy. Even in the audio, it said something else related to the theory of happiness in the human life. I'm going to use this human life as the subject. What we are doing with the human life, what we are doing with the human life need happiness, right? Or want happiness in theory, or you can say theoretically, human life needs happiness, or you can put the adverb anywhere. Theoretically will become the adverb, or in theory. So that's what we are going to use. Human life want happiness or need happiness in theory. And then last one, health, benefit, exercise. Very easy to make a sentence, right? Exercise leads to health benefits. Or you can expand it. Exercising daily or exercising regularly leads to health benefits. That kind of phrase. So exercise becomes the subject. Exercise will become the subject. Exercise daily to get health benefits. Or you can say how exercise leads to health benefits. That's better in the form of subject, verb, object, right? How subject leads to object. That becomes your subject, verb, object. Now let's see the full answer and then you will understand how this works. The speaker provided an explanation related to how academic writing and the quality of writing are important. Firstly, he talked about how journals and history are related, two phrases complete. Then he explained resources and how we require evidence to make logic, create logic. Later, he also described that puzzles require attention and connection. So minimum 5 words everywhere I am using. Furthermore, he discussed that human life needs happiness in theory. When you use the subject, verb, object, be careful about in the simple present tense form, you have to make the verb agree with the subject. If it is singular subject, then it will be plural verb. If it is a plural subject, then it has to be singular verb. The human lives need. The human life needs. That way. And overall, he suggested information about how exercise leads to health benefits. So adding words like how or that, okay, creates a division in the template, and that allows you to use the subject, verb, object freely, because the second part becomes an independent phrase. So how exercise leads to health benefits, that exercise leads to health benefits. That's how you put a break in between, and then see some of the sentences are already having that. How related to, and then that's how you write the template. And what people do, what our students do is once you get the template, you just modify some of the words here. Instead of talked, you put something else, explained, describe. You substitute it with your own word so that it becomes your own. Just check the grammar consistency before you start using it. There are many tools available free of cost. You can check the grammar that is coming out of it. Don't use it blindly. And punctuations are also important, where you are putting comma, where you are putting full stop. Together, 10 out of 10, absolute guaranteed. Alrighty, so this was the main difference between the old and the new techniques. And if you are really aiming for a 65 plus score or 79 plus score, this is the technique that you have to start using it. and you don't have to worry about what templates are changing, what is happening in the exam. If you follow and stick to this basic criteria, then you will be successful any point of time in the future, even if the exam is changing or not. And as I said before, paid sessions are available. Just WhatsApp us. You get a lot of benefits there. If you're just looking for the prediction questions, then you have to become the YouTube member, priority member of our channel. You will get access to the latest questions that are getting repeated in the exam. And if you have not watched the video that I've recently created with a full demonstration of essay writing, how to make your own templates or use the template that we are giving, watch that particular video. I'll soon be back with another informative video on PT topics. Keep watching Edutrainex. See you soon.